All right, we should be live on YouTube. I'm waiting validation. I'm trying to check on my end. I'm seeing a black screen right now. But, there we go. Welcome in, YouTube. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. We are getting started with some Wavelength. The first card is going to be ineffective to effective, and Corey's going to lead us off. I'm closing up my eyes.
The screen is muted. Joke isn't funny anymore.
Yeah. Please do stop with the stream is muted joke, because it sends me and Board goes into a panic as we try to solve technical issues.
Every time it's said, everything goes spiraling downwards.
Because we trust you all, YouTube. Don't violate that trust.
If it's actually muted, be half of it.
Yeah.
Alright, ineffective to effective. Let's see what we got. Ineffective, effective. Our very first board of the day. Wow, holy, I can't believe it. Big Titty Lover and Haver says, I just joined the Discord. Well, welcome into the Discord.
Welcome, welcome.
All right, ineffective to effective. That is where the blue 4 is, chat. I'm gonna hold it up a little longer than I normally do as people are coming in. Give all the early adopters a second to see where the position is. It's Rhett and Link. First one of the stream, baby. Let's go. What's up, Natalie? Natalia? What's up? All right, I'm seeing some good hints come in already. I am going to close up the board. Mark, you can look. First one I'm going to go with can openers.
Can openers?
Can openers.
I mean, that's certainly on the effective side. I've used many a can opener. Some can openers, massive pain in the ass to figure out how to use. They say step 1 is being smarter than the can opener, and I do not always fit that requirement. But for the ones who know how to use, they work very well. So that's pretty effective.
Second one I'm going to give you, saw this in both YouTube chat and TikTok chat. Weather app.
Weather app?
Like on your phone. Plus you got games.
That's taking me back a bit. Not too much though. On my phone specifically, if I'm looking at the next hour or like even how the day is gonna go, it will give me a good estimate. This isn't like the weekly forecast on the Weather Channel. I'm usually looking at my weather app for today's weather, which seems to be relatively accurate. But, you know, weather has a reputation, so that does take me back.
All right, and the last but not least, I am going to give you...
Where's the music? Right here. You started playing it. Sorry.
Wait. Last but not least, I'm going to give you... Oh, let's go. Physical maps.
Physical maps. I saw somebody comment that, and I was thinking about it before you read it. Mm-hmm. Those things, in my opinion, are not that effective. Because the thing is, with physical maps, the landscape changes. Boundaries change, road paths and names change, and the physical maps do not update to reflect that. Any maps I have in my car are mostly useless right now. I used to have a huge book of maps down here that had like entire country divisions being wrong because like countries have risen and fallen since that book has been printed. So I would say they're not super effective, but in general, if it's a local map, it'll probably get you from point A to point B. I'm gonna say it's about right here. I'm gonna lock in.
You locked in? Mm-hmm. Honorable mention, saw this one after I gave you the third one. Ozempic. Let's see what we got. Ineffective to effective.
Keelan sent a heart me and an ice cream cone. Thank you so much, Keelan.
Ice cream's so good.
Ice cream's so good.
All right, ineffective to effective.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some biases against physical maps.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. If you're getting a physical map, it's going to be 100% accurate if you're like going to this like physically picking one up.
Well, I'm not even positive on that regard.
I think technology has fried your brain. I think you're too Google Maps pilled.
I think when I go to a vacation city and they have the free maps that you can pick up at the kiosk that, you know, are apparently up to date because they're giving them out currently, they do not accurately reflect the restaurants or, like it'll give you the layout, but it's not accurately reflecting the restaurants and businesses.
Do you ever consider that maybe you can't read a map?
No, I can definitely read a map.
Okay, all right.
And
Worth a shot.
amusement park maps. You look at the amusement park map and you go, wow, this roller coaster must be like about a mile tall, based off the drawing they have.
No, that's accurate. That's accurate. It's never let me down.
It's never the size that they have it drawn on the map.
It's never let me down
lie.
once. I was walking, I go, whoa! Was that a miss or two?
It's a 2.
Yippee!
And also, those maps show, you know, large alligators, cartoonish alligators roaming the water park, and they're never there.
I'm sorry, the sea monsters on old medieval sailing maps were really effective at making me not want to go there.
Dude. My 6 cards remaining, by the way. My favorite little detail in Hunter x Hunter is they have this map that they always reference when like they're traveling to the Dark Continent, which is this big mysterious place. And you see these monsters drawn on it, and the power scalers watching the show have been like, dude, these monsters are actually the size of continents. How are they ever going to beat it? And people responded with like, you fucking idiot, it's a map. Like... Obviously, that is an embellished drawing. That is not to scale.
Just turn the paper over, idiot. Alright, what do we got next?
Easy to kill, hard to kill.
Oh, it's topical.
It's just one of those things. Like, they have never once claimed that anything on this map is to scale. It is drawings of monsters. Yo, Twig sent to heart me. Thank you so much.
Check the teleprompter.
Oh, Keelan is actually Kiki on YouTube.
Gift a while ago.
Oh, sent it a while ago. Well, sorry it took me a while to read it. Thank you again. I think the stream is delayed. Oh, okay. Apologies, Kiki, but thank you for the gift. All right, the card is easy to kill, hard to kill. This 4 right here is what we are aiming for. 100 man or 1 gorilla, depending on the side. Yo, Kiki sent a rose as well. Thank you so much, Kiki. Also known as Keelan. Alright, the card is easy to kill, hard to kill. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. We need to give Corey a hint to put the red dial right onto this blue 4.
I could take the gorilla. 1-on-1.
Easy to kill, hard to kill. I'm setting it down. Closing up the board. Corey, you may look.
Bring me the gorilla!
Ooh, here's a great one from PMT to start us off. Spider on your ceiling.
Alright. That's an interesting one. I think that's very slightly hard to kill. Very slightly, right? Spider, you take the Garfield method with old roll of newspaper, it's dead instantly, okay? On your ceiling, you're gonna get it eventually. However, the 10 minutes it takes you throwing a shoe at the ceiling in order to finally kill it is going to be really embarrassing for you and anyone who sees you doing it. But you're gonna get it.
Scottish Sheep says, I don't understand this game. There's a tutorial video pinned on our channel. Also, Manobu17 sent a rose. Thank you so much. Let's see. The other hint I'm going to give you is a fly.
Fly.
I thought that was a good one.
Alright, I mean that's I think a little harder to kill. Flies are very fast. You ever try and kill a fly? It's almost impossible. Although you can pick up a fly, it is possible. You have to take your fingers like this, either side of the fly, and very slowly approach it. Think Jamiroquai in that one music video as he's like reaching out for the screen, right? Very slowly to the fly, you can just grab it, pick it up.
Yo, Scottish Sheep sent a rose. Thank you so much, Scottish Sheep. Let's see. Easy to kill, hard to kill. My final hint for you is going to be... You know what? Diana the Vegan, I think it's a fine one. We've had much discussion about this. A baby. A baby.
Like obviously they're stupid.
Hello, Paul, good to see you.
And like it's so hard to keep a baby alive, right? Like that's being a parent. Your biggest challenge is keeping that little bag of bones alive. All right, it so wants to not be alive.
What is this game called? It is called Wavelength. And to recap the hint Corey's placing right now, it is a spider on your ceiling, a fly, and a baby. Setting the dial easy to kill, hard to kill.
So with that logic, it's so hard to keep a baby alive. However, I don't think that's what you were going for. I think you were instead insinuating that the moral toll on your soul having to kill the infant would be too much for any one person to bear. But if you were to go through with it, it's actually very easy to do so. So I will tick it down a little bit because the morality to kill a baby is immense.
Liv Dog says, what stage is the baby at? Super Saiyan 2.
No, I was gonna say stage 4 as well. Really different of opinion here.
Different approaches.
Different approach.
Okay.
Different approach. No, I think children, especially infants and babies, are very hard to keep alive, right? That's the whole goal as a parent, you know, especially if they get sick or anything like that. But I don't think that's where you were going with it. I think you were thinking about morally if you'd be able to do it if you had to. And I don't think you could. I think most people would not be able to do it.
Locked in?
Unless there's like $1 million in the line or something. One of those like TikTok on the street interviews.
Easy to kill, hard to kill. How do we do? Oh, right logic, wrong side.
Oh, did you kill the baby then?
I mean, yeah, it's easy. It's like, oh, can I hold that a moment? That's all.
No. I thought I was getting too dark with it.
All right, that is 5 cards remaining, 5 opportunities to score. That was a miss. We're at a score of 2 right now. Let's see. I haven't done this card in a little oopsie daisies.
Bye, Mystique. Best of luck.
Oh, bye, Mystique. Best of luck. Thanks for stopping out. This is going to be movie Michael Myers, the killer, would it ruin. Movie Michael Myers would improve.
Not Mike Myers, the comedian.
Yes, not Mike Myers, the comedian.
Oh, dude,
Mike Myers, the killer.
Oz makes such a good point. Of course you'd say the baby is easy to kill. You want to read Casey Anthony's autobiography so bad.
Okay, it's not a tutorial.
That makes so much sense. Oh my God.
SMH.
Thank God.
I'm setting the dial for this one.
Well, Mike Myers is a comedian. He's the guy who played Cat in the Hat and Shrek.
But that's not who we're talking
That's
about.
not who we're talking about. We're talking about Michael Myers, the guy in the William Shatner mask from the Halloween movie. All right. Very important distinction. And Austin Powers. Yes, very good.
This card was originally Jason Voorhees. Why did we change it?
No, it's always been Michael Myers. We were supposed to change it to Jason Voorhees, and we never did.
Okay. All right, it just became funny.
It just became funny. All right. That blue 4 is not visible. Let me spin that again.
There's going to be a movie where there's a deranged serial killer shoved in based off this card. Does it improve the story or ruin it?
Movie Michael Myers would ruin. Movie Michael Myers would improve. That is where the blue 4 is. Give me... So it's a killer or what? Yes. The serial killer Michael Myers. Michael Myers, serial killer from Halloween.
Yes.
All right. There we go. Movie Michael Myers would ruin. Movie Michael Myers would improve. I am going to close up the board in a second. Now the chat has seen a good bit, and they're getting a lot of good clues coming in. A lot of good clues. Close it up, Mark. First one I got for you. High School Musical.
Dude, he's improving that so much. He's improving that movie tenfold. Holy shit. Does he sing? Is he gonna sing in it?
He gets one solo line during the climax song.
So Michael Myers doesn't speak, I don't believe. Thank you, Board Ghost. This guy.
That guy.
This guy, not... We are not talking about the comedian. We're talking about this guy right here, okay?
Basically, literally. Oh, that's a good point. He doesn't sing, but he does dance in it.
Okay, all right.
Makes sense.
I think he's really improving my viewing experience of High School Musical. And this is as a High School Musical fan.
Next I would say Mean Girls.
Mean Girls? If Michael Myers came in, wearing pink and joining the Mean Girls clique, murdering people who they get in conflict with. That's near maxed out improved if Michael Myers was one of the Mean Girls.
And let's say my final clue I want to give. My final clue I want to give is going to be...
Sorry, I saw one that made me laugh. I'll mention the honorable mentions.
All right, let's go. Oh man, this is a tricky one. There's so many good ones, but I don't know which one's the best placement. What game is this? This is Wavelength. Let's do Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
You know how I have my opinions on Sound of Music.
You do. You have your opinions on most things. You could say that about literally anything, and you'd be right.
Yeah, but particularly The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is one of the movies that falls into the category of end it at the fucking wedding. It is Sound of Music, Into the Woods, and another one, I think Mission Impossible is another one. End the movie at the wedding. I'm not curious or interested in anything post-wedding. But if instead of running from that group that I can't say on TikTok, the people who play Yahtzee, instead of running from them, if they're running from Michael Myers, honestly, truthfully, that would not improve the film. That does tick me up. I do not think Michael Myers in Sound of Music is nearly as comical as Mean Girls or High School Musical, because Sound of Music has some actual real-life parallels and themes that those other two movies don't have. So that's gonna take me up a good chunk. That'll take me up to here, and I am going to lock in.
You lock in?
Yeah.
What was the one that made you laugh?
Home Alone 2, but only the hotel scene. Which way to the lobby? and then he doesn't come back.
See, the Mean Girls one, I really like that one because I'm picturing, like, I don't know why I'm picturing, I've never seen Mean Girls, so I don't know why I'm picturing this, but just like essentially they all get together, they form a clique with Michael Myers, you know, painting each other's nails or stuff, and they're painting Michael Myers' nails, and then they get to the knife and they start painting that too. That's what I picture, and I think that would make the movie fantastic.
Yo, Andy sent to heart me. Thank you so much, Andy.
All right, let's see what we got.
Yo, let's go.
Bang!
Corey has never seen Mean Girls. That is a 3. Solid 3. Very nice.
You know, speaking of never seeing things, a chatter a couple days ago, earlier this week, they came in. They asked me if
Real quick, the game is called Wavelength.
It's called Wavelength.
Tutorial video pinned on our channel if you want to watch
that
it.
free?
Yes.
Earlier this week, a chatter came in and asked me if I'd seen Epic the Musical, and I told them no, but I really like musicals and I really like Greek mythology. So I went ahead and started watching that because of that chatter.
How is it so far?
It's pretty good. The first two, it's split up into sagas. The first 2 sagas are a little bit Kyle Gordon coded. You know, the we are young, that's right, that guy.
Yeah.
First 2 sagas are a little bit that coded. There's only a couple bangers, but then kind of where it hits the Poseidon part, and it starts catching its stride from there.
Okay.
That's your impromptu review.
Your next card is going to be Gossip News. Have you seen Hadestown?
No.
I've not either.
No. I have to look into it after stream though.
How long the stream today? It's going to be a little bit shorter today. We're going to go a little over 2 hours. So,
Things to be doing. I got plans that I can't review or the haters would sabotage me.
Gossip to News. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. Missed you guys. Oh, we missed you too, Shit Talker Central. Always a wonderful username to see coming back.
You know, having my eyes closed here, missed you guys, and then you go, dang, Shit Talker Central. That really is a juxtaposition that hits.
Yo, our clubs had a Woodland Wonder. Thank you so much. It's a limited time donation, much like the squirrels that went extinct.
No.
It's only a limited opportunity for the Woodland Wonders. Thank you, thank you. All right, Gossip News. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. This 4 is the target. We need to give Corey a hint and put the red dial right onto that blue 4. Okay, Corey, you may look. Let's see.
What if I choose not to? What if I choose to stay blind for the rest of stream?
That is a good point.
I'm doing it.
Sure could.
So, okay, here's an interesting one from Seiko. New info on work. How I interpret that is office memo going out.
Okay, that is technically news, but that is the least news thing that has ever newsed.
Dr. Chilier says TikTok updates. I think that's a small one.
This is a very middling answer. Because TikTok updates, that pushes me more towards gossip than even office update, right? Because a lot of TikTok updates are just gossip that has no real, truth behind it, no real backing.
Final one, this is a great one. A celebrity changing their Instagram to public off of private.
All right, this has to be firmly put into the gossip side. The Office update is the most newsy gossip that's ever gossiped.
Yeah, Mora D sent to heart me. Thank you so much, Mora.
So with that logic, I think it's very middling. I think it's slightly on the gossip side. TikTok updates, sure they're news to them, but half of them are not true. Office update, nobody cares other than the people in your office. And then Facebook their celebrity going public, who cares? Who cares? Actually, because of that, I'm gonna take it a little more over to gossip. Lock in there.
Locked in right there. Gossip, news, how do we do? Oh. Yeah, I may have thrown you off with the Office memo one. My logic, my rationale behind it is that's not something you would ever see on the news. It doesn't leave the work community.
Well, it depends if you're working for a Fortune 500 company.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Depends on how big the office is, which is no fault of your own. There's just a big scale there.
And then TikTok updates, most of them are not going to be on the news. It's just going to be terms of service. And the celebrity changing their Instagram to public, that one's interesting because that one would be on the news, but obviously is gossip. It's just, celebrity culture.
That is interesting. When you said TikTok updates, I did not mean you meant literal updates from TikTok themselves.
Oh, that's how I interpreted it.
I thought you were saying like TikTokers updating you on world events.
Oh.
That's what I was assuming you meant by that.
Oh, no,
So I should have got clarification.
Okay. Yeah. Miscommunication. Always gossip in the office. Yeah. All right, 4 cards remaining. 4 more opportunities to score. We're at 5 points right now. We don't do this card often. This is, well, you'll like this one. You're giving the clues. Least powerful god, most powerful god.
Oh, that ties in. I just started watching Epic the Musical. This all ties in.
Yo, that's epic.
Say that again. Can I ask who's Mark and who's Corey? Corey? Mark.
I had my eyes closed. I hope he points to the right people.
You'll never know. You'll never know. Gaslight everyone in chat forever. Was that a Seinfeld impression? Ans, I can promise you after yesterday, no one wants to hear me even attempt a Seinfeld impression ever again.
No, it was really good.
Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks.
Again.
No, I'm good. I'm really good. Least powerful god and most powerful god. Oh my gosh, I love mythology. Least powerful, most powerful. I'm gonna keep it impression. Holy, I just got gaslit. I read impression in chat and then said it out loud at the same time. I'm gonna keep it open for a second as people read, and I am then going to close up the board. Bam! Mark, you can look. First one I'm gonna give you, Apollo.
Okay. Messenger god, correct?
Nope.
No. Wait. Don't tell me.
He's got this.
God.
We're in fucking deep trouble if he thought Apollo was the messenger god.
That's Hermes. That's Hermes.
We're in some deep shit on this card.
Apollo is the one that plays basketball on Percy Jackson, right? All his kids are shooting the perfect hoops.
Help a wind get sucked out of the room from over here, dude.
They're perfectly accurate, right? So all of his kids are like LeBron James. And it's like, oh yeah, out in the Muggle world, all of Apollo's kids just cheat at sports because they can't miss.
Okay, yeah.
Am I right on that one? Also god of the sun? He has a chariot, that's the sun.
Yeah, sure.
And he's the one who can't miss, right?
Yeah. I have a lot to say about what you just said, but sure, yeah. For your sake, yes.
When describing Apollo, they went, he don't miss. Least powerful god.
I don't know if this is gonna help you or hurt you, but in the similar vein, Aphrodite.
So Aphrodite, is she the pretty one or the smart one? Athena is the wisdom one.
We're so fucking cooked on this card.
Athena is the god of wisdom, so Aphrodite is the god of super sexy pretty.
Apollo, I could be like, I can understand messing that one up. Aphrodite, man.
Oh,
Aphrodite.
Sorry, I'm remembering. Apollo's the god of exploding rockets.
Patron saint of NASA calamities.
built the Challenger.
And I'm sure Apollo.
Yeah, there were like 14 of them. I'm sure one of them went up in flames.
I'm sure Apollo had a couple misses here and there.
I'm sure.
Apollo's the one where they got stuck in space, not the one where it blew up.
Oh, patron saint of having your rocket stall in space.
All right.
Try turning off the radio. All right, if we get a little bit towards the least powerful god, they're all on the pantheon.
Just tell him Zeus at this point. Oh man, I don't know. I saw a really good clue from Jaroki that said Ganesha, but I know you don't know who that is.
Bless you.
You can't say that. You cannot say that. I promise you. I'm just gonna say.
Mark about to be smited.
I'm just gonna say. Final clue. Let's just go with Ares. Why not?
Okay, that was a desperate ploy to get me on the most powerful god side. That was
Never.
a desperate
I would
attempt.
not do that.
So Apollo and Aphrodite are both on the pantheon, right? So they're going to be on the most powerful side. Not Zeus, not Poseidon, not Hades. So they're in this range. Apollo being the god of he don't miss and your rocket stalling in space. Yeah, I'm going to say right here. One of my favorite mugs ever is it was a picture of Ed Sheeran, and he just said, he don't miss. And I think about that all the time.
Chad, I think under the circumstances, you didn't do awful.
I'll take it.
Did you get on the board?
Yes. Yes!
You did.
Let's go!
You got there in the end.
That's a 4! That's a fucking 4! You all doubted. I was biding my time. I'm playing the fool. Pretending to have no idea what any of these gods do.
The gods themselves smiled upon you on the last second.
You see this 4? You know what this is? Not a miss. This is a blessing from Apollo.
Hey, he don't miss.
He don't miss. Apollo was looking down at me, and he was like, you know what? This guy deserves a hit.
He's like, you know what? I actually wanted to be like Hermes, so, shout out this guy.
Okay, am I wrong? Is Apollo the one who never misses?
I don't...
Archer, right?
Nope, that's Artemis. Artemis is the archer.
I know there's Artemis, but specifically Percy Jackson.
I don't remember this basketball thing you're bringing up.
I remember reading it, and it's like, oh yeah, some of Apollo's kids don't know they're Apollo's kids. They go on to play sports, and they just do not miss, and they're massive cheaters.
I'm not saying that didn't happen in the books. I'm just saying it's been like a decade since I've read them.
And when Percy Jackson had to take the impossible bow shot, didn't he pray to Apollo to do it?
No, he definitely prayed to Artemis for that one.
Really?
I shouldn't say definitely. I'm not that confident.
Because I remember the plot point was he made the shot and I thought it was Apollo, responded, but it ended up being Hermes who gave him the blessing instead.
Well, Mark, you're not really good at gods, but you are much better at giving speeches, so...
Speech time! Whoa! This 4 is only worth 3 points. Why is that the case? Well, in this game mode, when we score a 4, the benefit, instead of being worth 4 points, is we take another card and we add it to the stack, extending the game. We would have been at 3 cards remaining, but because of this 4, worth 3 points, we are instead at 4 cards remaining. Very nice.
This just in confirmation. Confirmation, yes. You did not make up that insane story about Apollo's children shooting threes. That is an actual thing that happened in the books.
Okay,
Reddit discussion on it.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Like, notably, I thought it was like them playing basketball and just being impossible to miss.
They don't miss.
He don't miss.
You don't miss!
Very nice, very nice. And people thought I didn't know what I was talking about.
That was a tough round. That was a tough round. Miracle
Chat, that was brutal.
by the grace of gods.
Apollo is good about sports. He's related to the Olympics. Okay. Can't get over Corey doing the speech yesterday. Freaky Friday moment. Yo, A sent a heart me and a TGIF. Thank you so much, A. Our next card is going to be mainstream to niche. Patron of the Pythian Games. Oh, or Pythian Games. Hi, babies. Hello, Chill Pop. Good to see ya.
What's up?
Card is mainstream to niche. This 4 right here. How often do you guys stream? Every single weekday. We are usually live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. 11 p.m. London. But on Fridays we stream early, so it's noon. What is this board game called? It is called Wavelength. There's a tutorial video pinned on our channel if you don't know how to play, but I assure you it is super easy to figure out by watching. Card is mainstream to niche. We need Corey a hint. You can put the red dial right onto this blue 4. I am closing up the board. Corey, you may look.
Bang.
Yo, Lisa the Star sent a popular vote and a heart me. Thank you so much. And PMT sent it scoring. Thank you, thank you. Great one to start us off from A, anime.
Okay, I got in trouble last time. A card similar to this was on the board, and someone said anime.
Close your eyes real quick.
Okay.
Liv Doug said they forgot to look. This 4 right here is what we're going for. Mainstream to niche. Closing it up again, Corey, you can look.
I got in trouble last time I placed this card on this clue on this type of card. So I'm gonna learn nothing from my previous experience and instead go with my gut. And my gut is anime is pretty mainstream nowadays. Most people know what it is, but it's still considered kind of a nerdy thing, kind of a down thing. So it's not like cool, it's not like hip. It's not what everybody's doing.
Mora D says Makta, or matcha, the flavor tea, matcha.
Okay, matcha is if you would have asked me, so if you would have said matcha to me a year or two ago, niche. I think it's getting a little more mainstream.
Final one.
Especially in cities.
Final one before you lock in, Digimon.
Digimon's got to be mainstream. People know what Digimon is. Am I old? Am I showing my age? Digimon, digital monsters?
It's our Digimon anime matcha.
Am I gaslighting myself into saying this is niche now that you said Digimon? Nobody knows what Digimon is. I'm old. I'm old and decrepit, and I'm basically dust at this point.
Luis and Kat both say no idea what a Digimon is.
No! Okay.
And Kat spelled it Digimon.
No.
It's no Pokemon, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's got to be on the niche side then. It's got to be niche. I refuse to put anime this far down on niche. All right, absolutely not happening. Anime. If you were forcing my hand to put anime on the niche side, it's staying up here. All right. It's talked about so much. There are Olympic athletes that are referencing anime as they're in the Olympics now, all right? It is, God, am I gonna die on this hill a second time? Because this is exactly what screwed me over the first time, was dying on the hill that I think anime is mainstream now. I can't look at chat. I don't want to get swayed in any way, shape, or form. So with that being said, I think...
This is a newfangled Tamagotchi.
I think it's middling. I'm gonna lock it in.
Locked in right there. Mainstream to niche. It was matcha tea. It was Digimon and anime. You had it. Just like a little bit niche.
Anime's not niche. If you would have named a specific anime, we could have had a conversation.
Do you watch anime?
I have. I don't even like it.
Do you actively watch anime?
No.
You watched one that you were forced to watch.
I've watched 3.
That is...
I've watched 3. One of those I was forced to watch.
That's going to be a miss.
One of those I watched by myself, and one of those I watched voluntarily with friends. So yes, actually.
Majority of population do not watch anime. I think it's interesting. I could see it going either way. I'm aware it's entered the mainstream, which is why it is just a hair towards niche.
A says Corey wouldn't know a specific anime, be so for real. A, you don't understand. I'm in D&D Magic the Gathering friend groups. Of course I know specific animes. I hear these conversations all the time.
Where'd you put it if I specified Death Note?
If you specified Death Note, I would have put it probably closer to where the dial is.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. What about Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan? Oh, that one definitely would have been. Out of all of animes, Attack on Titan is like the one that's most talked about. That's the one I hear the most. Not so much anymore since season 4 has kind of come to an end. Or has it ended yet, or is it still on hiatus?
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Okay, so yeah, I haven't heard about it as much since season 4 ended, but during its run, heard it all the time.
Aaron did some bad things. He got canceled. No one talks about it anymore. All right, Taste Bad, Taste Good is going to be the next one. Jujutsu Kaisen so good.
That's the one I watched voluntarily with friends.
I know Death Note, but not Attack on Titan. Yeah, Attack on Titan is not talked about as much as you might think,
really?
Especially nowadays.
I might just be biased then.
Probably the most mainstream one, honestly, like discussion-wise and popularity-wise, believe it or not, is probably One Piece.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
That one's niche.
That one's more niche than you think.
Alright, I'm setting the dial.
That's the only one I've actually seen more than 2 episodes of.
Yeah, One Punch Man's the only anime that Board Ghost likes.
That's the only anime I watched voluntarily by myself was One Punch Man. Alright, tastes bad, tastes good. Let's see what we got. Dr. Facilier, that's what the placement is. Tastes bad, tastes good. Dr. Facilier says, of course you watch Food Wars. I promise you, going back to what I was saying about having a lot of friends who are nerdy and know about anime, I have seen an episode or 2 of Food Wars because a friend of mine really likes that anime. So I have seen that. And no, I'm not going to watch Food Wars.
Oh, if you want a slightly more American style of Food Wars, there's a film called Sausage Party.
You can look. Fucking look. I thought you were going to say like Kitchen Nightmare or some shit. Alright, let's go. Chocolate.
Chocolate. Yum! You didn't say dark chocolate. You didn't specify any kind of chocolate. Dark chocolate, I love, in like the 70% range. 90, I'll happily eat, but I understand it gets to be a bit much. Just chocolate. I know people are saying they hate Hershey's.
Me and you against the haters on the dark chocolate train.
Really? You're pro dark chocolate?
I will 10 times out of 10 take dark before milk chocolate.
Wow. I didn't expect that about you. But yeah, I agree.
I didn't expect that about you. You're sugar guy.
No, I'm chocolate guy above sugar.
Alright. Next up I'll give you strawberries.
Strawberries. Oh, dude. Those are so good. Strawberries, I don't think are or they're not many people's favorite fruit. I don't hear people say strawberry is my favorite just because there's a bit of a strong flavor profile, but I love strawberry.
Oh my god, speaking of strong flavor profiles, garlic bread.
It's not going to be maxed out. I don't know what would get me to maxed out, but it's not this. I'm going to do one kind of the length up from maxed out. Garlic bread's really good. I'll take off a little bit just because, once again, it's not typically people's favorite food, but it's one of their favorite things to accompany a dish. I'm going to lock in right here.
Honorable mentions? The one that got Board Ghost salivating from across the room. Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Yummy, yummy.
The cinnamon butter, goated. Alright. Of course, honorable mention, pocket egg. Can't forget pocket egg.
Yum.
And ham, of course. Let's see what we got. Tastes bad, tastes good.
Yo!
Bam!
Let's go. Apollo's blessing still remaining intact.
Miss.
He don't miss. That is a 4. Oh, remember you always price is wrong. Indeed.
That's true. I had it prepared.
Let's do that after this game of Wavelength. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fork, indeed. Big Titty Lover and Aver sent a rose. Thank you so much.
Fork.
Dr. Chalet said expired oat milk. Oat milk, past expiration date, put together like the Ratatouille thing.
Is it like aged like a fine wine?
Yes. Code names, yes, a little bit later. Alright, well, in this game mode, a 4 is only worth 3 points. That score is correct and is not supposed to say 12. Why is that the case? Well, instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack, extending the game, giving us more opportunities to score. We would have been at 3 cards remaining, but because of this 4, worth 3 points, we're instead at 4 cards remaining. Very nice. Slightly bubbly from fermentation. So yes, that is how the scoring works. Can't do math.
Oat milk. That's true. It's actually, that's not a rule. It's that I can't count past 4, and Mark is just very generous and kind of adapted the rules to that.
Yeah.
So.
Too small, too big. That is going to be your next card.
Too small, too big, you say. All right. I believe you're doing it.
Yes.
Spin the dial up.
The way you hold up 3 fingers makes me trust you more. Can't explain it. Yeah, it's the European 3 fingers. Americans typically do this. I understand Europeans do this. I've always done this my entire life. So. Too small, too big. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. This 4 is the target. Get in focus, you. There we go. Too small, too big. This one is a thinker. This one is a thinker. The card is too small, too big. Okay. Got some good ones coming in. All right, I am closing it up. Corey, you may look. God, I have to read this one because it made me laugh. From Diana the Vegan, Joe Rogan.
It's a small little man. He's a tiny, small little man. In all of the ways that matter, he's a small man.
He's shorter than Jojo Siwa.
No, that's not true, is it?
It's true. That is actually true.
Oh, that's tough.
Ooh, great one from Cat Weiss. Airplane middle seat.
God, way too small. Way too small. Absolutely too. Make it bigger. Make it bigger, man.
And let's see. Final one, I'm going to give you too small, too big. I think appetizers at a Michelin star restaurant I think is a pretty good one.
They're teeny tiny. They don't care about you getting enough to eat. They only care about you getting the experience. And part of the experience of eating in a Michelin star restaurant is going hungry.
Starving to
death in the restaurant. Yeah, exactly. So way too small. I don't think this is maxed out. I think there are plenty of things that are smaller than this. So I think it's way far on the too small side, but kind of like this. I don't think it's just a little tick down. I think it's a pretty big tick up.
We are getting exact eggplant sizes in chat.
Okay.
Locked in.
Okay.
Honorable mention from Ari, my exes. Too small, too big. Let's see it. Ooh. There, to the centimeter, indeed. That is a 3. Very nice. Very nice. God damn.
I'm glad people could vent.
Yeah, get it out.
Get it out. It's fine. Hey, you're allowed to here.
Very nice. We are now down to 3 cards remaining. 3 cards remaining before we get to do Price is Wrong, the minigame that we owe y'all from yesterday for reaching the light goal. And let's see, the next card we're going to go with...
Sorry, I just saw somebody say they're out here with a ruler. That killed me. That one got me.
All right, once again, redemption round. We are going to do this one. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Here, can I find this card? Where is this card? As you spin it up, because this is redemption round, to eliminate the Y's,
It's already, coming in. They're already coming in.
Hold. I'm going to change what the card says.
Yep.
Okay. So that way, here we go. Watch it be fixed in real time. No, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you joking?
I think you did not realize that because Autobiography is on its own line, removing any other text does not fix the Y problem.
Sometimes it works. Whatever. Closing my eyes.
Read their autobiography. This is would read their autobiography. Would not read.
Do you like the card phrase better as it was? Do you want me to change it back?
Yeah, change it back. Yeah, I don't know what not read their autobiography means.
Do not read, asshole.
I mean, Chad's spamming not now. So, I think you're the one in the wrong here. Oh yeah, do auto-biography.
Thanks whoever suggested that.
That was Brooke, mushroom emoji.
Thank you, Brooke. If this works, I owe you my life. Let's see.
Come on, I believe in you. You can fix it. Oh, it's gone. Hey! It worked! He did it!
Okay. Thank you, Brooke.
All right, would read their autobiography, would not read their autobiography. Chat's excited. Get the yippies and the yays. Yippee! That's where the blue 4 is on our scale of would read to would not read their autobiography. Yippee! Let's see what you got, guys. I want to know. I want 3 clues, 3 tasty little clues from either YouTube or TikTok chat. YouTube or TikTok chat. Notably, yesterday for this one, maxed out would not read their autobiography answer was Casey Anthony, and you ticked it almost to the would read, if not on the would read their autobiography side.
I was curious.
Okay. Yep.
2 sides to every story.
I am going to close up the board. Mark, you can look. First one I'm gonna say, Adam Driver.
Okay. I mean, he's cool, I guess. I don't know. It's a middling answer for me. He's cool, but I'm not interested in reading his autobiography. I don't care. He's a good actor. He seems nice enough. But autobiography. Did a bunch of acting.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Let's go with next one. Let's go with. Oh man, there are some interesting ones. I think people are saying. Let's go with an influencer.
Yeah, okay, and that's moving back to the would not read it side. Jake Paul, not interested in their autobiography. Can't think of any other influencers offhand. Charlie D'Amelio, probably not that interested.
Charlie D'Amelio?
Yes. I don't think I'm interested in their autobiography. Yeah, but it's not like, yuck, this is awful, I'm never picking this up. It's like, whatever.
And last but not least, let's go with...
Yo, Sarah sent the heart me. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Oh... Okay, I thought Board Ghost was over here. They were saying something on our monitor over here. I thought they were just going crazy, but I saw someone in chat message this. It's autobiography you would read, not the person reading their own autobiography.
Yes.
To be clear.
You would read their autobiography. You would not read their autobiography.
Board Ghost was desperately trying to get our attention asking us this question, and I just kind of thought he was crazy. But then I saw people in chat ask that question, and I went, I'll answer it now. The last one I'm going to say... Oh, yeah, I'll let you go crazy all the time, Board Ghost. Godspeed. I'm going to say... Astronaut Katy Perry.
I think I am not reading Astronaut Katy Perry's autobiography. Is it specifically about their time in space?
It's Astronaut Katy Perry.
Okay. I think that takes me a good bit further. I don't know, maybe I could find out some cool stuff about behind the scenes on Blue Origins, but I am not picking that book up.
You don't want to read the brave story of how astronaut Katy Perry bravely made her way almost to space?
Guess not.
Are you not an American patriot?
Guess not. Alright, I'm locked in right here.
Yeah, alright. I'm curious, I saw somebody say this, and I don't know, where'd you put mine?
11 pages per minute. Where to put mime?
No, me, Corey.
Oh, yours?
My autobiography.
I would definitely pretend to read it.
That's more hurtful than just saying you wouldn't read it. That's actually just more hurtful than saying you wouldn't read it.
It was so good. It had me hooked every page.
That's fucked up, because if I'm asking you to read it, if I because you're notably a writer, that's one of the things you did in film school, I'd be giving that to you to get your advice on it. I'd be getting it peer reviewed is what I'd be doing.
Okay, I'm assuming it's already published, okay. And why would I need to read that? I for the most part, I know.
Come on, man.
For most
I've been there.
Guess you're not gonna see the chapter I wrote about you. Alright, would read their autobiography, would not read their autobiography. Adam Driver, an influencer, astronaut Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, you're trying to take me up with astronaut Katy Perry.
Just slightly. You had it kind of in a good spot. You should probably nail the 3 points. I said astronaut Katy Perry because I feel like that'd be a really good one to point and laugh at. She has gone off the deep end recently, so the very last part of that book would be pretty interesting, I think.
That's fair. And yeah, at least I bought your autobiography. Well,
Are you telling me you wouldn't have me give you a copy?
that's a good point. I'd definitely steal one from you.
Exactly. You would not buy a copy. You would 100% yoink one from me.
All right, 2 cards remaining. The score is 14. 2 opportunities left to score. The card is going to be expected to unexpected. I'm giving the clues for this one.
What you expect?
Can we play code names? We'll be doing that a little bit later tonight. A little bit later. Speaking of, let me generate some new boards. I'll do that after the reveal. This 4 right here is what we're aiming for. This 4 is the target. The card is unexpected to expected. This one is a thinker. Notably a thinker, I would say. Get in focus, damn you. We need to give Corey a hint to get him to put the red dial right onto that blue 4. All right. I am setting the board down, closing it up. Corey, you may look.
Bang.
Ooh, here's a really good one from Liv Doug. Getting into college. Or getting into a college you applied for, they specify.
That's on the expected side, I think. Like, if you got the note back saying you were accepted, you would be happy. You'd be happy. Maybe it's a happy surprise, but like, it's not blindsiding you out of nowhere. Like, you knew, you had a pretty confident to say that you got into the college, right? Unless you maybe applied for like an Ivy League school. That's the only one I can really say that would be unexpected if you got back an acceptance letter. I think for most other colleges, it's pretty expected, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to. Saying it's expected is kind of like a weird, like narcissistic. Like, I expect to get into this college, but I think you can understand what I'm trying to say.
A says snow on Christmas.
Snow on Christmas? Okay. This is putting me a little more to the kind of the same logic that I'm having here, but more to the unexpected side. Snow on Christmas, that's like a classic, especially if you live up north.
And final, and this is a good one, from Jesse Valdez, a pregnancy announcement from newlyweds. So like very, very quickly after the wedding.
Yeah, so that will surprise you. You'll be like, oh my god, you guys are having a baby, but then you'll start connecting the dots almost immediately after and go, how many months pregnant are you? When did you announce this wedding? You know, kind of you start to put the timeline together, and you're not going to be so much shocked anymore. All right. So yeah, I think it's on maybe like a little tick up. I think it's on the unexpected side, but not much.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Locked in right there, Art. The hints were pregnancy announcement shortly after wedding, snow on Christmas, and getting into a college that you applied for. Let's see how we did.
Woo! All right,
okay.
all right.
Very nice. You're right. It was just slightly to the unexpected side.
Very middling.
That is a 3. Very nice. Very middling answer. All right. Closing up the board, putting it back to center. We are down.
It was a 3, right?
Yes, it was a 3. Yay, great hints. Indeed, they're really good. We're down to 1 card remaining. 1 card remaining.
Pressure's on.
Let's make it count. Do I make you do underrated movie, overrated movie for the last
we
card?
gotta test your film knowledge once a stream. It is a tradition.
We do have to test the film knowledge once a stream. All right, the card is underrated movie, overrated movie. Everybody loves the movie cards. Everybody loves the movie cards.
Nobody has anything negative to say about the movie cards.
Well, never ever. Let's see. You can start spinning it up while I move this real quick.
All right. Should I open the board, or do you need a second to sort out what you're doing?
I can't see the board. You also can't see the board.
That's true.
But
That is true. I also can't see the board while you're doing that.
yeah, you can still look at it.
Guys, we're just gonna keep spinning until I can see the board again.
Okay.
Good weekend plans.
All right, there you go. There you go. You can open up the board.
Underrated movie, overrated movie. That is where the blue 4 is. Chet, give me some clues. What were you doing, by the way?
Oh, yes. Once again, thank you all for those who are in stream yesterday. You saw we managed to, for the first time ever, light up our entire gift gallery, which was super, super cool. So I was just setting up another gift goal just in case people wanted to do that. We have limited time for the Woodland Wonders. 2 people had sent them already. And since it is a limited time thing, I figured they should be able to see little bar go up when they send them. So, It is not towards the gift gallery. It's just a general goal, but wanted to set one up for stream.
Close up the board. You can see now. You can look.
Okay.
So all right. I'm going to say for the very first one, let's go with.
Yo, Big Titty Lover and Haver sent 3 Woodland Wonders already. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's go with Off Rip, the Minecraft movie.
Minecraft movie.
Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey.
Overrated. It's a bad movie that has a memeable line. And yes,
memeable line.
As BoardGamers points out, all the gifts do count towards our rank on TikTok, same as the gift goal thing. So it does help us rank up in the TikTok, competitive system.
We're in ranked competitive TikTok right now. That's why I quit normal TikTok.
It always does help us out. Okay. It's a bad movie that has like one memorable line, but I'm ticking it up this much solely for the 69 scene.
What?
The scene where they 69.
Oh.
Or Jason Momoa and Jack Black 69.
Okay.
Hey-o.
I'm not going to ask you any more follow-up questions.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
So Luke, my brother, was talking about it. He goes, yeah, you know, it was a pretty bad movie, but the 69 scene made it worth it. And I laugh. And he goes, do you know about that? I go, I saw some memes. And he goes, well, no, do you know that's a real scene in the movie? I go, what? He goes, yeah, there's a full 69 scene in the movie. I thought it was a joke. It wasn't.
What?
Hey, so that's insane. That's insane that you brought that up right now on our live stream. That's crazy that you did that. You chose to add that to the conversation. I did not.
Oh, guys, before we get secret streams, if you want to give us a follow, you might not be seeing us again.
I say Titanic as the next one.
Titanic.
Just to get off of whatever that was.
Overrated.
Surely he was gaslighting you. I don't believe that is true.
No, I've seen footage.
Oh no.
Community guidelines with like a word mark. No, please.
And last but not least, let's go with Avatar. The blue people, not the airbender.
Avatar, blue people. Mm-hmm. People like it. People really do like it. I thought it was a bit overrated, but I had a less than optimal viewing experience, as you may have known. You see, because most people like it, oh, the special effects were amazing. They were so ahead of their time. I watched it on a 4x3 television on a bootleg copy that my mom got for 5 cents in South Korea. Partway during the film, you can see the silhouette of somebody standing up with their daughter and going to the bathroom because they were setting up a camera to record it in the actual theater. I realize, not optimal viewing experience, but it does make me think it's a little bit overrated.
A little bit overrated.
So I'm locked in right here.
You locked in?
Yes.
All right. Man, Avatar was good. Prove it. Name one character. You already know the meme character answer. You can't comment. Name one character from Avatar. If you think that movie is good, name one character by their actual name and not just the blue guy, all right? That is right there how I can say that movie is overrated, all right?
The General.
What's his name?
The car insurance guy. His name's the General. It's like Doctor Who.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the blue chick, pretty blue lady, Jack. I cannot confirm or deny that's a real one. No Shot Cthulhu is actually a name of a character in that. Neytiri, I'll give you that one. You guys got that one. There's a 69 scene in Avatar. That's most scenes in Avatar, I think. All right, underrated to overrated movie.
Oh, I had to go more overrated.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Avatar was, genre defining for its time, so I wasn't gonna take it that far, but those were good clues. I guess missed.
I need to double check.
Oh, A points out Mr. Avatar. Thank you.
Sorry, that's the only acceptable answer. I will not accept any other one.
You're Jimmy Avatar, Mr. Avatar to you. What would Mark have done for Endgame? I'm curious. I would have kept this placement for Endgame. Actually, wait. Infinity War keeps its placement. Endgame, I was not the biggest fan of Endgame. I would have ticked it down to here. So that probably would have been better.
Sorry, I'm just getting news. Cthulhu is not an actual character in Avatar, and the person who said Jack, they meant Jake Sully. So that's 2 strikes. The one person who did say Jake Sully and the 2 people who said Neytiri, you get a pass. You are allowed to like Avatar. That's fine. Everyone else, you prove my point.
Alrighty, well, it is time for me to pull out the official How to Play Wavelength rulebook. We are now out of cards, meaning our final score is 17. I'm going to flip to the back where it has a chart that tells us how we did based off of this number. And for scoring a 17, the message we get from the creators of Wavelength themselves is... You won! Woo! Very nice! You won!
You won! We did it. We saved the day.
We saved the day.
We won.
And now, Corey, I think you owe the people something.
I do owe the people something. I owe the people our custom minigame.
Our custom minigame, The Price is Wrong!
Oh!
We usually set a like goal at 100,000 likes on TikTok, and if we reach it, we play The Price is Wrong. We reached that goal yesterday, and then the game exploded.
It died.
And we did not get to play it. So to make up for that, we are going to be playing it right here, right now.
Right here, right now. Here, I'll get this for you. You'll need the. Hey, buddy, you'll need this. You'll need this. Or an apology for the double backpackers clue? No, because I stand by that clue. I think that was a good clue. I think chat let me down on that clue in that game of Codenames because everybody was spamming the 2 things that I was going for, and then when I needed them, chat let me down. So no, I won't apologize.
I think you should.
Nope. I've never been wrong. You can check the tapes on that. Not one time.
He's calling my bluff because he knows I don't bother to check the tapes.
Got him. Got him there, man. All right, Price is Wrong. So many people spammed Phoenix Corey. That is because Mark led the audience. All right, he primed them. Price is Wrong. It is very simple. If you have never joined us for this game before, congratulations. Welcome in. The way this game is played is I have 3 items I have found from a variety of websites. Facebook Marketplace, Amazon Prime, Etsy, etc., etc., etc. Those kind of bargain bin websites. What's up, Mary? I got 3 of them here. Your goal is to guess the price of each item, what you think they are being sold for on the market. At the end of each round, you're going to take your guess and the actual price of the item, take the difference between the 2, and that is your score. You're going to add your scores together each round, and by the end, your goal is to do better than this guy who's using the entire accumulation of knowledge in chat. So please, keep track of your own score, because you're going to have Mark to base it off of. Our 3 items, and I should say, after this, we're probably going to play more Codenames. The range we're working with, all of these items are going to be between $0 and $100, the classic range. Our first item, the first time anyone other than me is seeing these, is...
Hello says, never caught you playing before, so excited. I'm glad you get to experience the game for the first time.
First item? Mm-hmm. Pimp Meowth.
Ooh, Pimp Meowth.
Look at him.
This seems to be drawn by Cran. On some loose leaf paper. This looks like it was done by maybe a middle schooler, I would say.
He's got style. He's got sophistication, and he has class. I would be proud to hang that in my bathroom.
Evelyn says, not allowed to do my daily because today's live is the same day as last live in my country. Oh, that's really interesting. And glad to see you, Evelyn. Welcome in, welcome in.
20, 20, 40, 15, 15, 14, $99, 18.
Yeah, and seeing some 20s, a 4, a 50. Guys, it can't possibly be 50. It cannot possibly.
Like Jinuko says, 50, this is fine art.
They're trying to make some money off their artwork. That's respectable. It's not going to be super cheap because they're an artist. They deserve to get paid. They don't deserve to get paid 50 for this one, I don't think.
Okay.
I really like what Morgie said. I think it's going to be a good range. I'm going to go, they're getting their foot in the door learning how to price out their art and what it's worth, I'm going to say $25 is what Pimp Meowth is worth.
Jimmy supports the arts over here, only giving him $25 for this freaking masterpiece, dude. Look at that. Gorgeous.
If I commissioned it, I'd pay more. I didn't ask for this, though.
That's a good point. You know what? That's a good point. Well, I have great news, Mark. You can hang this in your bathroom for $50!
The specific number that I said of no way it's that's ridiculous.
You know what's crazy? When I said I read that 50, this is fine art, I did not remember what the price of this was. I actually thought this was correct.
Wow! Maximum Delulu. Indeed.
So, because Mark guessed 25 and the actual price is 50, we're taking the difference, which is 25. We're taking the difference between those two. That is his current score. $25.
That's outrageous.
Not buying, sorry. Cole? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you gotta be sorry for that. $50 is crazy. That's crazy. All right, our second item of the round is 2 pug garden statues. One sitting, one laying down. Look at that.
Wow.
It looks just like Guinness.
It doesn't.
It doesn't even remotely look like Guinness. No.
I would never mix up Guinness for another pug again. All right, this one I do think this is going to be more expensive. People like pugs.
Mary says they look like they come alive at night.
People pay good money for pugs, okay? You naysayers saying they're ugly. You may be right, but people pay good money. And you're getting 2 of them. And, you know, sandcast, ceramic, thought went into this.
Definitely some night at the museum ass pugs over here.
70, like I agree with 70. I'm willing to go down a little bit. I'm seeing a 64, 72,
See the lowest
44.
10, $5.
I really do. I think it's gonna be more in the 70 range. I think that's a fair price. I'll go down a little teeny tiny bit. Okay.
Bailey Day says it's on Facebook though. Like they want to get rid of it.
It is. It is. I do think pugs are adorable for real though. Good.
They look as if they've been hit in the face with a frying pan, and I find that quite comical.
My neighbor used to always say when he'd come over, he'd say to my dog Guinness, "Guinness, you're as ugly today as you were yesterday."
That's actually kind of messed up.
Don't worry, I don't think my dog understood him.
Well, I'm offended, quite frankly.
65. 65 is my guess.
Well, you can have these 2 garden statue pugs at the low price of $80.
I should have gone with a higher price.
I did
should've
see a
gone with
lot
higher
of
one.
people saying 80 on the dot in chat. So
Okay.
a lot of people are getting 0 for this round.
I was scared to go too high on this one because of last round, me being off, but I should have gone with it. We were off by 15. All right, not bad, not bad.
25 for the first round, 50 for the second round. That's so far total score 44 Mark.
So my dog Guinness is a puggle, half pug, half beagle, but he looks very pug. And sometimes when we're on vacation, we would leave him with one of my dad's friends who owned 5 pugs. And one time my neighbor, who doesn't particularly like dogs and would always say Guinness is ugly, was walking over to our house to say hi to my dad when our friend was picking up Guinness. And he walks past their vehicle and 5 pugs jump up to the window at the same time as they see him walking by. And he jumped back, nearly had a heart attack, and he said he thought it was a pack of monkeys. So that was my neighbor's opinion on pugs.
Okay, all right. Crazy that his first thought was monkeys in the middle of the suburbs. Crazy that was his third thought. Anyway, our third and final item for tonight, making up for yesterday, is free piano lesson. Free piano. Now I should point out, sometimes with these, when it's like the person's face in a close-up, I kind of like to block it out. I feel a little rude just throwing their face up on screen.
Okay, so you added that.
I added the piano emoji, yeah. I should point out behind that is a very bright and brilliant smile.
Okay. Okay. You should have masked out the smile.
I should have, yeah, I should have. Or I should put like piano keys in the teeth. So free piano lessons. It is with that guy, yes. Yeah.
I've fallen for the free gambit before.
Free gambit. It can be free. Keep in mind, all of these price ranges are always $0 to $100, so free is always an option.
Free at your own risk. Are we going to assume that Corey lied? And it says free piano lessons, but it's like the free hot dogs, which notably were $60.
Now, see, a lot of people say, well, it's free, so isn't it free? I want to point out, with these games, what you see is the title of the post, and not actually the price, what I'm showing. This is what the post was titled. People online are fucking crazy. And some of them will say free, they don't mean free. But the gambit is this one of those times?
Our score is 40 right now. Our score is 40.
Score's 40.
If I say free, and this is over $60, we will lose. $60 for free piano lessons. I do really want to say free, but if we say $10, or sorry, $15, that gives us a plausible deniability range up to 75. And there's no way he's at the maximum range of 0 to 100 if it says free.
Somebody says $0, but he requires a hug and a kiss on the forehead.
If I didn't hate piano, maybe. So I'm gonna say, giving myself a little bit of space, saving some feet for Tarantino, $15.
$50.
I could have said 50 and guaranteed a win, but I want to be right. I think it's 0. So I'm gonna say $15.
$15. All right. Well, Mark, I have great news. You can get your very own free piano lessons for free! They're free piano lessons, Mark! Why would you pay money for them? They don't cost any money. Free piano lessons. You don't pay money for free piano lessons. They're free for a reason. He's giving them away. All you gotta do is give him a little hug and kiss on the forehead.
That is not free. That is not free. I charge a fee for that.
Alright, so, because you were off by $15 on this final round, that brings your final score for The Price is Wrong to 55!
Woo, let's go. Hello had a total score of 19. Wow.
Total score of 52, that's another winner. So I got an 80 and an 83 I see back to back. Hey, we say as long as you get under the maximum range, and you consider that a win, you just didn't beat Mark.
Yo, Evelyn sent a tiny diny. Thank you so much, Evelyn.
67. Let us go. 68. Again, as long as it's under 100, you're still fine. You didn't completely fail, you just didn't beat Mark.
Liv Doug says, I beat you, haha, Mark. I understand. I should have gone with free. I should have just said 0.
Defeated.
I got a 68. Oh, Molly, you needed to lose by 1 more point.
It would have been really funny if you lost by 1 more point.
Beat you by 3, to be fair. Dr. Slay says, I got 399.
How'd you manage that?
That is not possible if you're guessing within range.
How'd you manage that?
Alrighty, well,
Go names.
up next we are going to be doing Code Names. Why is this still on screen?
Hit the oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I got
there you
it.
go.
Code Names!
Code Names!
Woo! Very nice. This is not a custom mini game, but this is a custom presentation of this game. Ain't that something?
Ain't that a thing?
Yeah, we didn't do much code names yesterday. I'm doing a shorter stream, so I wanted to make sure we have some good time for code names today.
More relaxed stream.
More relaxed stream. If you want to erase that score, I will
absolutely.
explain how this game is played.
Where'd my eraser go?
Is OJ in chat BTW? He owes me. Aiden, I'm aware of what you're owed. I'll talk with OJ about it. Yo, we're seeing some of the limited time emotes in TikTok chat from our subscribers being shared. You're still the only stream I've seen play code names. Dr. Cillier, that makes a lot of sense. This is a difficult game to play on stream.
Very hard.
4 tries to get it right.
Yeah. So hey, if you guys like code names, this might be the only place you can see it, unless you're playing the online version.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different. But I'll ignore that. How do you play this game? There are 25 words laid out on this board. Your job is to discover all 9 blue field agents hidden among this board. Well, how do you do that? How do you discover which field agent is which? Well, the Spy Master is going to be either me or Corey, and we are going to give you 1-word hints that somehow connect these words on the board together. So, For example, seems...
You really should get that custom board eventually. Really should get that pre...
Yes. So I was making sure that this is actually a new board. That's what I was looking at here. If I were to give you the hint of, let's see, school for 3, what that means is that there are 3 words on this board that some way, shape, or form relate to the hint school. This really doesn't seem to be new boards. I need to check something real quick.
I don't recognize this board. I've never seen this board in my life.
It was the example board from yesterday.
What? I don't believe it.
May have been because I preemptively said it. Let's see. Let me check something real quick. Sorry, I'm interrupting the explainer to make sure. Yeah, okay, this is not a new board, so let me do this. All right, now it'll be new boards in a moment. Anyway.
Back to the top.
25 words on the board. The Spy Master is going to give you 1-word hints in order to connect these words together in some way. So if I gave you the hint school for 3, that means there are 3 words on this board that I'm somehow connecting to school. The first obvious one you might look at is cafeteria, as in a school cafeteria.
Yum, yum.
But then you might have to get a little bit more out there with it. So you might be looking at, over on the bottom row, Beethoven. It's a little bit of a stretch. You could learn about Beethoven in school. Beethoven went to school. Also, actually, no.
What's your third one?
Reverse it.
No.
Reverse it.
No, you said
Desk.
Beethoven.
Desk. School desk. Yeah, desks in school.
All right.
And, as somebody else pointed it out, desk, cafeteria, letter. A letter grade. Yes, those are all connected to school.
What about club?
Club? School club. If you guess club, that would be a miss. What happens if you guess a miss? What happens if you guess the little yellow/green guy over here? Well, if you guess incorrectly, or if you pass the turn, run out of guesses, your turn is automatically ended when you guess incorrectly. And when the turn is ended, a red field agent is automatically revealed. The goal of the game is to discover all 9 of your blue field agents while having the least amount of red field agents end up on the board. The red field agents could end up on the board if you guess incorrectly, and they happen every time the turn is over. Whether you guess incorrectly, whether you pass, whether you run out of guesses, every time the turn ends, another red one's revealed. So if you're guessing and getting a bunch right and you incorrectly guess a red one, not only do you get that red one from the incorrect guess, but now the turn's over, so a second red one is revealed. So you have to be careful. If you're not confident, you might not want to risk it. You might want to pass the turn.
True.
So that is the basics of how you play. Let's see. Here is hopefully a new board for us. Do you recognize these words?
Words that I don't recognize.
Good.
I've never heard of a wax before.
All right, we are jumping into the game.
No, there's also the assassin, which if you guess the one word on the board that's an assassin, you die and instantly lose the game.
Yes.
So Mark's #1 priority while getting us to guess the blue ones is to make sure we do not guess what the assassin is. Orc says, wow, you guys went live without telling me, I can't believe you. Orcs, if you were in the Discord, I can assure you we told you. I can promise you that. Travel agent. Why does everyone have to bring up travel agent, huh, when we talk about the assassin? You know, Mark has gotten the assassin too. I'm not the only one that's gotten chat to guess the assassin, all right? I've done it before. This guy's done it before too.
If you want to print
Live Dog, I'm gonna become a travel agent.
And 5.
3 and 5 coming your way.
I
Thank you.
can promise you, Live Dog, that is an awful idea as of today. Let me book you a trip. I guess you could book me a trip to Phoenix, Arizona so I can go backpacking. Oh, sorry.
You want
You want to be real mean about it? I can stay in your boat and eat his boathouse.
Jillian sent a heart me. Thank you so much. And reached member level 15 by doing so. Wow. Thank you so much, Jillian. And Sarah sent 2 Woodland Wonders, helping us fill out the Woodland Wonder goal.
Look at that.
Thank you so much.
Squirrels are a woodland wonder if you think about it.
They are. They are.
Orc says, oh wait, it was announced on the Discord log. Guess who doesn't check notifications? I can't blame you for that. I can't blame you for that one. Can't blame you. I'm gonna set up roles in Discord so that people can opt into what they get pinged for. But that takes time. So probably this weekend I'll do that.
Your first hint is going to be. Make sure this.
Don't forget to pack a Molotov to get the good pictures. That was his hint. That wasn't my hint. All right. Molotov was all this guy. Don't rewrite history there.
Life for 3.
Life board game.
Life for 3 is your hint. Yo, Anita sent 6 Woodland Wonders, helping us fill out the Woodland Wonder gift goal. Thank you so much, Anita.
I just discovered the Discord. That's great. In the Discord, we're in there all the time chatting with chatters after stream hours. So if you ever want to go in there and have an actual conversation with us, you're more than welcome to in the Discord. Cycle, life cycle. That makes so much sense. Mark, show me life cycle.
That is correct. Very nice. That is 1. You did not erase this board well. That is 1 out of our 9 field agents discovered.
All I hear are critics.
Well, I can't write if there's like actively stuff on there.
Goofy Ball Hunter, welcome in. We switched from squirrels to reindeer. Yeah, the squirrels are dead, but when you think about it, woodland creatures are a type of squirrels.
The squirrels went extinct, so the Woodland Wonders are going in to rescue them. Try to redeem
They
the
drowned on
squirrels.
their way to Tuvalu. They need to be rescued.
Life for 3.
Surprisingly, squirrels can't swim.
Life for 3. Board, population, sentence. Life sentence. That makes sense. Mark, show me sentence.
That is correct.
Woo!
Very nice. Very nice.
Also, speaking of Woodland Wonders, did we read that most recent one yet?
Yes.
Okay, I missed it. I'm not. Hey.
Thank you again, Anita. It's so great. Corey,
I'm not smart.
you know, had to read it twice.
I can't listen. It is true.
Thank you.
It is true. Man, alright, last but not least, population, like a board game, life the board game. We're a board game channel. Life the board game? He had a copy of Life the board game sitting out yesterday. Population is already is a good one too. Population's probably more likely. It's probably population. It's probably population. I feel like he's not gonna give life as a hint when population is incorrect. So show me population.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That is correct. Very nice.
Yeah.
That is 3 out of our 9 field agents discovered. If the squirrels are dead, should I cancel the order for Mark's squirrel suit? I mean...
No, that's how we bring them back.
That's how I infiltrate where squirrels are being held. Alright, are you going to pass or...
I think we're gonna pass. I see a board Mary, but I also see people are worried that the board is going to be the assassin. So...
You're gonna pass?
I'm gonna pass.
Let's see. I am going to reveal...
Board. Gabe says they look like off-brand GMM in the best way. You know what? Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciate that you specified best way, but you know what? Off-brand GMM anything. I take
I'm
that.
gonna reveal horse as belonging to the red team.
Whoa! I don't know why I'm surprised. We never mentioned horse once. That was fake surprise. I gotta practice my acting skills there. I know. Chad, I'm getting pretty good at it. Are we gonna do a Corey Squirrel cosplay? No. And that's all I have to say about that, quite frankly. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, you're fast with that one. You're quick with it. You already got one.
Hooves for 3.
Hooves for... Oh.
Now that horse is off the board.
No, horse is gone. No. What do you mean? Buffalo, unicorn. Unicorn has hooves! Mark, show me unicorn!
That is correct.
Yeah.
Very nice. That is 4 out of our 9 field agents discovered.
Hozbomb and a bunch of people in TikTok chat are saying it too. Buffalo's got hooves. Show me Buffalo.
Buffalo, that is correct. That is 5 out of our 9 field agents discovered.
Man. Looking at this board, Chad makes a phenomenal point. What is a hoof but a shoe of a horse? Mark, show me shoe.
That is correct. Very nice. That is 6
My God.
out of our 9 field agents discovered.
He's cooking today. He's cooking.
Are you going to pass?
Yeah, I don't see why I would guess a random one. We've so far we're 3 for 3 on both the clues.
Yeah, doing really good.
So I'm locked in there.
Okay.
Gotta reveal a red too.
I know. I need to think a moment about which red I want to reveal.
Oh, we gotta contemplate. Chad, this board is looking pretty good. This board is looking pretty darn good. Corey should collab with Gordon Ramsay. I love Gordon Ramsay. I've watched Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell so many times in my life. I love Gordon Ramsay. I love it. Man, can we get Marcus first 6? It is quite possible.
I'm gonna reveal board as long as the red team.
No! Life the board game doesn't exist. Mark's never heard of it before. No. Corey, are you a chef at IHOP? In a cosmic sense. And yet you didn't like Food Wars? Dr. Facilier, I see your point. However, it is not for me. Not for me. Oh, man. Yeah, board, it's tragic. Thank God we didn't say that. I never thought board once. Not once. Live Dog, that's what I've been saying. You can roll back the tapes, and not a singular time did I even for an instant think it was board. Not once. And I'll stand by that in a court of law. I ran past Gordon Ramsay on Sunday, thought I was seeing things. You know, I also would think I'm going crazy if I did see Gordon Ramsay. So yeah, I can understand that. That's probably a logical conclusion to make. You can't see chats in the rollback, so there is no proof. Live Dog, I do hate to point out that we do save chat copies in case we ever need it for shorts or stuff like that in the future. So there is, I'm not saying that you did, you would never, but if you did say board, there is proof of it somewhere on a hard drive.
Okay.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Live Dog? Oh no.
I'm gonna have a lot of faith. This is gonna be tough. But I'm going to have a lot of faith.
Okay.
3 field agents left. 3 left on the board.
You can do it.
Live Doug guessed board 6 minutes ago.
Board goes, you can't do. They said they would never do that. They said they never say that. Board goes, you can't make them a liar.
There
I have proof.
are 3 field agents left. If you get them all,
man.
this will be the first time ever that I have scored a 6 in this game. Your hint is going to be injury for infinite.
What do you mean for infinite?
For infinite.
What do you mean? What other? If it was for 3, if injury fit all 3 of them, you would have said injury for 3.
Yep.
Which means it does not fit all 3. So, sunburn makes the most sense to me. That is literally an injury. Show me sunburn.
That is correct.
Okay, that makes sense. Infinite essentially means that we have talked about enough words on the board that Mark thinks theoretically we can guess what all of the words are based off of context clues in this one additional thing he's throwing
Or
in.
just considering previous hints.
Or just considering previous hints. Okay, so with that being said, I think wheelchair is another very good one. If you get an injury, you get in a wheelchair. So show me wheelchair.
That is correct.
Okay, chat. With that being said, I do not think the final clue has anything to do with injury. Because again, if the final clue had something to do with injury, he would have said injury for 3. But because he said injury for infinite, he's trying to get us to guess any other word.
And I'll write down the previous hints on the board, just in case they help. The previous hints were life and hoof. Or hooves, sorry.
Life and hoof. People are saying bug for a bug's life. Also, people are saying bug bite is an injury. And I think that is very smart. I know there are some people that want me to say blunt force trauma, but like I said, because he said infinite instead of 3, he's trying to get us to rely on previous clues and not injury alone. If it was just injury for 3, I think blunt would be a really good pick, but because it's for infinite and he's trying to get us to recognize other clues, we're gonna go back to life. It's gotta be a bug's life. Lock it in.
A bug's life?
A bug's life.
For the win?
For the win.
That is correct!
Yeah!
Very nice! That is Mark's first ever 6 playing this game! Holy shit! Every clue I gave, you nailed them perfectly and doubled back to get a bonus one too! Holy shit! Very nice.
Look at you. You've made it to the club. Welcome.
I know.
Welcome to the 6 Club.
I feel good. I feel good about this. Yo, Tracy sent a heart me. Julian sent a GG. Rachel sent a goat. Thank you so much. OMG, so excited. You were here for the first ever Mark 6.
Mark's finally done it. Not to take away from your victory at all, but I've been getting a lot of prep for the assassins I've done today. I'm just saying, you still got a lot more catching up to do if you want to make it to my amount of 6s.
One more.
Hey, that's double of what you have, buddy. Don't forget that.
Oh, wow. So
congratulations, you did a great job.
For those of you who are confused about how the score works is the amount of red field agents that remain off of the board. Mm-hmm. There are 8 possible red field agents. 2 ended up on the board, so our score is 8 minus 2, 6. Somebody asked, what was the assassin? It was mentioned. It was mentioned in our final hour. The assassin was Root. People are saying Root for life.
It's because it's the root of all evil.
Roots are the root of all evil.
Was Blunt a miss or just a red?
Blunt was a miss.
Okay, then if we would have guessed it, we would have just gotten a 5 and been fine.
I did consider Blunt could be applicable for injury, but I'm like, Sunburn and Wheelchair are just, they're so much more clear. Why are people sending for a squirrel?
Sorry,
suited?
I'm checking. I was told to check the Discord, and I'm looking at it now. They have a picture of me and Mark in a squirrel suit. It really just seems like we got vored by a squirrel.
Hey, yo.
I'm sorry, that's what it looks like.
Yo, Jamie sent 20 roses. Thank you so much, Jamie. Wow. All right, that was awesome. That was really good. Amazing guesses. Thank you all so much. My first ever 6, and that is now the score to beat. That is a borderline impossible score to beat. All right, I am going to set a new board. It's going to be Corey's turn this time. I'm going to prep board 4. Board goes, could you actually print out boards 4 and 6?
Carter says, have we already done the minigames from yesterday? Yes, unfortunately, we just finished it before this round of code names. But if you can go on YouTube, you can always check the VOD. All of our VODs are always available on YouTube.
Atypical Mark W. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can watch it after stream.
This board set?
Yes.
Nice.
So, new board. We've got pastry, feast, raft, snow.
It says feast and not beast this time, chat. I know it says feast and not beast. I'm checking it. He said it out loud, confirmed it for me.
Is this the same board you had the other day? Because I'm seeing Washington back, I'm seeing swing back.
No, because that board also had like bank and drill and hurdle.
Okay, all right, so just, there will happen to be some repeats. All right. New board time. There's no Bermuda. Thank you, Hans. Thank you.
Yeah, oh no, board goes died a second time. Tragic.
Yo, Jillian sent 2 Woodland Wonders, helping filling out the gift goal. Thank you so much, Jillian.
Ciao, Jillian.
Printer troubles, it seems.
We are out of paper.
Out of paper?
Yeah, I think you should call it paper.
Okay, I can remedy that after stream. I'm new here. How do you get code names on a screen? Oh, isn't that a good question?
A lot of work.
Unfortunately, this is a completely custom setup that I made. Basically, what it's doing is it is using a combination of Stream Deck, BitFocus Companion, OBS, and some like custom code that was written. And the board is laid out in OBS, and there's a text file lined up over each and every possible card. And then through BitFocus Companion, which is a plugin for Stream Deck, I'm referencing a huge sheet of about 1,000 possible words, and I'm randomly pulling 25 of them through BitFocus Companion, feeding them into those text files in OBS, and it is updating these words. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the background to let the game know what color each word is supposed to be. And they're all being displayed on this Stream Deck right here.
That's probably why no one else does code names.
It's probably why no one else does code names. It took me a really, really long time to set this all up. And Ans puts it best, it's just magic.
It's just magic, man.
The best assumption is it's magic. Incredible, thanks for explaining. Of course. The day Bart chooses to use his powers for evil, it's over for us.
It's true.
You're a filmmaker and a coder. Much more the first one than the second one. I'm struggling to learn coding. I know the base bare amount minimum to set this stuff up, but I've been trying to learn more. I spent basically all of last week trying to teach myself HTML to make an improved version of this game, and that'll be fun. What is that? Oh yeah, no, I have some good resources for learning already. It's a lot.
This, man, I'm gonna give you a wacky one to start out with. All right?
Okay.
You prepared for this one?
Also, thank you all for the nice words.
I do
appreciate
see
it a
how
lot.
this is spelled real
Should
quick.
I say smark?
That's how you spell that.
Thank you, Board Ghost. Goes off to east side. Come up with a solution for the Bermuda Triangle. Put a lot of work into it. Thank you for putting the time and effort into making it. Of course, I like for y'all to have a pleasant viewing experience, which is why I put effort into it. Yo, Stay-at-Home Megan sent a hi bear. Thank you so much, Stay-at-Home Megan.
And he does a damn good job. All right, first clue of this round. You ready? Mm-hmm. Campbell's soup for 3.
Campbell's soup for...
Going through the
For 3.
proper noun rule. Campbell's soup.
Who did the chat ag? That was Board Ghost. Let's see. Campbell's soup. A feast of a soup. Who is Campbell? Do they have Campbell over in Europe? Is Campbell's soup a American thing? I doubt so. I think they're making a joke. Pastry. Why would it be pastry?
No, I think it just might not be in the UK.
No? Okay. Campbell's soup is a very, very generic soup brand in the US. Super generic soup brand. Snowman, like the old Campbell's commercial. Is there a snowman? People in the UK, give us your most like average tomato soup or chicken noodle soup brand. That'll be a Campbell's equivalent.
Soup. Heinz soup.
Heinz, okay. It's
Yes,
like Heinz.
yes, exactly like Heinz soup.
Their cans are like tubes. Feast is what makes the most sense to me. I don't see anyone else saying things that make any more sense. Of course, show me feast.
Feast.
A feast
Bang!
of Campbell's soup. Very nice.
A king's feast of soup.
Of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Wow, very nice. Let me erase this. That is 1 out of our 9 blue field agents discovered.
Good soup.
Very nice.
Good soup.
Straw, because you can drink it. Tube. Was there really a famous Campbell's soup commercial, The Snowman? Apathy. So when you're eating Campbell's soup, you're apathetic. Maybe Nightmare Soup. There's some very, very famous artwork surrounding Campbell's soup, which is something I learned about in film school, but I don't know if Corey knows about that. Snowmen, they melt when they're eating. OMG, the snowman, yeah. Grace, because you say it before a feast. Pastry, they don't sell pastries, though. It's just soup. Oh.
It was the year before you.
Okay. Borg is just playing. All right, I believe it.
That's not a snowman, that's Liberty Mutual.
Show me snowman.
Snowman!
Woo! Very nice. Okay. Sorry for not knowing.
Now, I can't confirm or deny that is correct, but it is a very famous commercial where there's a snowman that comes in to eat some soup, and then the snowman melts to reveal it is a child that was bored by the snowman.
Holy that's messed up. They put this on television?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. I do remember this now. Now I've seen it, I do remember it.
Can't confirm or deny that was correct, but
Yo, say it how Megan sent to heart me. Thank you so much.
commercial.
Nightmare After Campbell. I've seen that commercial in the UK. Andy Warhol's art is some of the most famous in the world. Yes, it was Andy Warhol's super famous Campbell soup installations. Are you gonna say Campbell soup looks like a tube? Is that what we're going with? Sure, show me tube. Woo! Very nice. Off to a great start. That is 3 out of our 9 field agents discovered. How do you play? Corey, real quick, and I'll explain.
okay.
How we play. 25 words laid out on this board. Your job is to discover all 9 of the blue field agents hidden among this board. How do you do that? Well, Corey, here's our spy master. He knows all of the answers. He knows which words are which. And he gives us 1-word clues to connect some of these words on the board together. Can you turn on transparency as well? So the clue that he just gave us, Park, okay, Park belongs to the red team. The clue that he just gave us was Campbell's soup. I know I said 1 word, but proper nouns and compound words also work. The hint he gave us was Campbell's soup for 3, which meant there were 3 words on this board somehow connected to Campbell's soup. So we managed to find feast. It's a soup. You could have a big feast using the soup. We found snowman because there was a very famous commercial involving Campbell's soup that had a snowman in it, so that was another connection. And the final connection we got was tube. That's because the cans kind of look like tubes. It is not just blue field agents on this board. You can see there's also a red field agent. How do the red field agents end up on the board? Well, every single time we pass the turn or the turn ends for any reason, a red one is revealed. Also, if we guess incorrectly, we might accidentally hit a red one, or just a miss, but red's certainly worse. If we guess incorrectly and hit a red one, not only is the turn ended because we missed, but then because the turn's over, a second red one's revealed. So you really don't want to incorrectly guess a red one. And then the final note is that there is 1 word on this board, which is the assassin. If you guess the assassin, the game is immediately ended and you lose. So you want to avoid that at all costs. Can we do in teams again? Not tonight, but we do want to return to that eventually. Can we get a video for the Patreon supporters giving a behind-the-scenes tour of the streaming setup? Yeah, definitely. That's a really good idea, especially once we officially move over to the other studio. I think that's going to be a necessary video. We can do one for this setup, just so you all know what it looks like. You can turn off transparency, too.
Okay, bang. You stalled long enough. I won't make you stall anymore. I got a clue for you.
Okay.
Farm girl for 3.
I will make 0 jokes. Farm girl. Farm girl's named Grace. Obviously, she's named Grace. Straw, mower, hawk. No. She did not come from a farm. Absolutely not. They might send her to a farm. You know, farm up north if we stop seeing from hawk to a girl. Straw makes sense. Corey, show me straw.
Bang!
Woo! Very nice. That is 4 out of our 9 field agents discovered. Mower. I do think it's Grace, I'm gonna be honest. Of course, show me mower.
Mower.
Woo!
Nowhere. Up top.
No.
Got it.
All right, so I see you saying pen, as in a farm pen, but here's the thing. I don't think it's pen because he just would have said farmer. That still connects all the words we already had. If it was pen, mower, and straw, he said farm girl, so it has to relate somehow to the girl part, and I think it's the farm girl's name is Grace. She's named Grace, of course. Chat Ag is catching up. Aim says I like Grace, but he said girl. All right, show me Grace.
Grace!
Woo! Very nice. Very nice. That is now 6 out of our 9 field agents discovered. If Corey can somehow connect these final 3, he will also end with a score of 6, just to show off.
I am going to get rid of apathy.
Apathy, okay.
I think there's a possibility here. I think.
If Corey gets a 6, I'm done.
There's a possibility. There's a possibility. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. Oh, got a clue already. Wow. This is exciting. Will Board Ghost redo the names on the board this weekend?
Yes, I will!
Yes.
Going for disaster for 3.
Disaster. Okay. I'm looking at wave, like a tsunami wave. I'm looking at tornado. And I'm looking at raft, maybe, because during a disaster, you'd have to get off a raft. Tornado's so obvious, though. Let's get it out of the way. Show me tornado.
Bang, tornado!
Very nice, very nice. That is 7 out of our 9 field agents discovered. We're missing 2. Nightmare.
Nightmare. I love the triple nightmare. Nightmare, because every time it's on the board, I just see chat spamming it, and I feel like I'm having a bad trip.
Maybe charge like lightning, wave. I see so many nightmares. I'm not positive I agree. I know it's tough to connect all of them, and it could work for nightmare, but I really am kind of leaning towards wave and raft when it comes to that. Is there something else he would have said that leans one way or another? Forest, as in fires, pastry, because when I cook it's a disaster. Wave first. Okay, of course, show me wave. Oh. Ooh. Unfortunate. It's tough. It's tough.
And we're gonna get rid of, let's get rid of retaliate.
Retaliate. Okay, we're missing 2. We're missing 2 from disaster.
Chad, I was robbed. This man right here.
Me?
Sabotaged me.
Are you kidding me?
Sabotaged me.
Look, I know people were spamming nightmare, but that doesn't really apply to disaster. I had solid logic. You can't blame me for that.
I'm not saying anything about.
If you're saying that, I'm saying nightmare no matter what. Okay.
I'm not. No. I'm not making a commentary on.
Not making a commentary.
I'm making a commentary because you guessed the red one.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Mark is not wearing to share the 6 spotlight.
Look, it's okay, I still have double the amount he has.
I would have gone with wave after nightmare, just to be clear.
Alright, I'm gonna give you life of pie for 2.
Life of pie. Raft. I was right about raft. Guys, I was right about raft. Okay.
Hey, no matter what happens here, I'm giving you a hard time. To be fair, before the round started, I did say I don't know if they're going to be able to nail the 3, but I'm going to go for it. So it's actually not your fault. I'm giving you a hard time. It's not your fault.
Nightmare in Washington, Trump for 2. Of course, show me raft.
Raft.
Very nice. 1 field agent remaining. Do they have nightmares in Life of Pi? Do they? There's a lion on this board. Pastry. Do they give the lion a pastry in Life of Pi?
Lion's not on the board, and neither was it in Life of Pi.
Tiger.
Hey! Come here, the cat
show
guy.
me Tony. Tony the tiger. Tiger lives in the forest.
Tony like pie.
Tony used to be a tiger. Whatever. Corey, show me nightmare.
Nightmare!
That is all 9 of our field agents discovered, ending with a score of 4. Very nice.
So here's the thing, and here's the logic, right? I understand saying wave for disaster, but I was hoping you wouldn't because I didn't say natural disaster. Right?
Okay.
That's kind of like a disaster is a nightmare. That was the logic I had going into it.
Wave sabotage. Have you seen Life of Pi? I have not.
I have. It's a good movie.
Was it a nightmare of a movie?
No, but I think it'd be pretty safe to say that Pi was having a nightmare.
Oh, because the tiger. Tony the tiger.
Tony the tiger. Yep. Wanted to really eat them frosted flakes on that boat. I don't know why they were starving. Tony could have just shared his frosted flakes. They could have made it out all right.
I'm thinking of Chester Cheeto, not Tony the Tiger. But did you know that even if you're underwater, he's going to get you?
Well,
all right, what was the assassin?
The assassin was not talked about once. It was Webb.
Webb. Madam Webb?
Adam Webb.
For the assassin?
The only time I was even kind of worried about it was, I think in a silly time period, they might say Webb for Farm Girl because Charlotte's Webb, but I didn't think you were actually going to say that. That's the only feasible way I can see them even guessing Webb this game.
That makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Well.
Whoa!
There goes the chat aggregator coming back.
Exploded.
Personally, I would have never said wave, says Ogres.
Hey.
Fair enough.
They would have got me there.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying, they would have got me there.
Oh, All right, we are going to do another board. Yes, we have time for at least one.
At least one more. We'll see if we, oopsie it right at the end. Was that 4?
Yes. To prep this, I'm going to give you one of these so you can see the board better. Austin usually likes when I print these out, so just wanted to have it. So you have a printout of the board we're playing.
It's actually good here because the only way I can see it is on my laptop otherwise.
Okay, and I'll give you a Sharpie so you can mark things off.
All right.
Alrighty.
It's like a real board game chat.
New board.
I have actual stuff in front of me now.
Wow.
New board! Liv Dog says, I saw Codenames in store yesterday and I never had before. It's a sign. It's a sign from the board gaming gods. Gotta go to the local game store to grab it. And now you're speaking my language, Liv. Now you're speaking my language. Okay, Mark. Did a 6 so good. Let's see you get a 7 now.
That is borderline impossible.
That's true. This is another hamless board. A true travesty.
Do you want me to change a word on this board to ham? Or are you demanding a ham?
I don't know.
What do you want removed? What do you want? I'll do it. It's a Friday stream. We're relaxing on this Friday stream.
Whoa.
What do you want removed for ham? That's my question.
Whoa, he's doing it.
Corey, you get your pick.
All right, I get to pick.
Oh yeah, you can choose one, or you can choose one from chat. Ham Friday, 3 hamless days in a row. 3 days without ham, or 7 days without ham makes 1 week, as they say.
Let's get rid of cotton. I don't like that one. Get it out of there. Make it ham.
Cotton. Which
ham as soft as cotton.
Which one's cotton? Wait, oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah, we'll mark it on my board. That's the ham card. I just got Sharpie on my finger. Tragedy.
Ham is now on the board. It is no longer a hamless night. You all have been fed.
Yippee! Guys, Monopoly is my fave game, actually. I genuinely need it ingrained in my soul, but no one likes it. You know, Orcs, funny story about Monopoly. Well, he's thinking of one. Did you know, when Monopoly was originally made, it was not made to be an actual board game. The entire reason Monopoly was made was to be a critique on capitalism that has over the years been essentially Fortnite-ified into like the most monetized board game of all time. It's very ironic. It's very ironic. What are you gonna do? Need a ham emote? Goofy Ball Hunter 69. I can assure you, as we speak, there is currently someone designing us a ham emote. And I wouldn't lie about that. Wouldn't lie about it. Not one time. Lizzo says weekend plans. Weekend plans, I believe we're going to
Something like that.
We're going to a Renaissance fair this weekend. Very excited. I love Ren Fair. It's such a good time. Love Ren Fair. Shocking the world at large. The guy who's the co-host on the Board Game channel likes going to Ren Fair. I know. Fork Founding Kitchen, guys. It's shocking, but it is true. Great time over there. Gonna go. The one that was last weekend, yes, Dr. Facilier. The one that I found out live on air last week was actually this weekend and not last weekend. Bread found in bakery. Sue us. Ham found on Board Gamer stream. Nerdy guy likes Ren Fair. Ham or giant turkey leg? So that's actually a trick question because all of the giant turkey legs I've ever had are seasoned to make it taste like ham. So it's really like a 1-to-1. That being said, ham every single time. I'm actually not, it's funny, I don't really like turkey all that much unless it's the Ren Fair giant turkey leg because of how it's seasoned. Don't laugh at that. I was being honest, I was being open. Do they have Ren Fairs all over? Yeah, every state at least should have one, but most counties also have one.
All right.
It just depends on when in the year it's happening. Thanksgiving hater hates turkey. Again, we're back to the Fork Founding Kitchen argument, eh? We're back to the Fork Founding Kitchen.
Your hint is going to be stargazing for 3.
Stargazing for 3? Oh my god, let me look at this board. Man. Nothing. Observatory! Oh my god, it's gotta be observatory! Oh, I take it all back. I'm seeing it in chat now. Mark, show me observatory.
That is correct. Very nice. Very nice. That is 1 out of our 9 field agents discovered. You hint is stargazing for 3.
Moonbender brings up a really good point. Dwarf star. Dwarf. Hayden says, can I watch the stream in double speed? Only if you're watching the VOD. Yeah, I like dwarf. Dwarf makes sense. How else would he connect that to thing? Show me dwarf.
That's a miss.
Ooh, never mind. Dwarf stars don't exist. You never see one in the night sky. You've never seen one in the night sky before. So that's tough.
Alrighty, let's reveal.
Sorry, I was so on the
red
fair
one. I am going to reveal limousine as belonging to the red team.
No, limousine. That's crazy.
You're still missing 2.
Garden and quiet are the other 2 that I'm seeing talked about a lot in chat because it's all quiet while you're stargazing. Monitor. Oh, live. I like that because you're monitoring the stars. Okay, that makes sense. Mark didn't reveal ham. Ham Mary next. Yes, Ham Mary is still on the board. Stargazing sounds like glazing, like you glaze a ham. Okay. All right, it's all coming together, folks. Everything points back to ham. Garden, because where else would you stargaze? Well, an observatory, but we already guessed that one. Ham Mary with the first one. Stripe, possibly. Why? Luke, why? I don't think so.
Your hint is going to be car for 2.
Car for 2? Oh, limousine, it's gone. You can't do this to me. You can't take away my limousine and say car for 2.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Trunk. Hey, trunks have cars. Wait, no, other way around. Scratch it, reverse it. Cars have trunks. Show me trunk.
That is correct. Very nice. That is 2 out of our 9 field agents discovered.
And then cruise control. Cars have cruise control, or stripe, go faster with stripes. Interesting. How do we play this game? So he says car for 2. There are currently 2 words on the board that relate to car in some way, shape, or form. We guessed one of them. Gotta figure out what the next one is. That's the gist. That's really all you need to know to play. There's a lot more nuance to it than that, but it'll come up as it comes up. Coach. Why trunk coach? Why coach? I think cruise makes more sense because cars have cruise control. Show me cruise.
That is correct. Very nice. That is 3 out of our 9 field agents discovered. Would you like to take another guess?
Mark, we're approaching the end of stream. This is probably going to be our last round. Chat's been demanding it all week, and we have not given them the one thing our regulars in chat crave more than anything else. A certified Ham Mary. Mark, show me ham!
I'm not going to answer one for stargazing.
Nope.
That belongs to the red team. The real monitor belongs to the red team as well.
Hey, sometimes the ham gambit does not work. The hambit, if you will.
Sometimes, maybe you wait to do the Ham Mary until you don't have another clue to work off of. Maybe, sometimes, that is the appropriate time to do a Ham Mary.
No. That's chat's spitting here. They say it is on you for not covering ham immediately. You had the opportunity to cover ham immediately.
Oh, I'm sorry for creating a hint for myself by covering limousine. A necessary step I had to take to give that hint.
Give another hint. Our Ham Mary has failed us. Our chat lovingly, instead of taking a Hail Mary every time ham's on the board, they
I'm
want to
going
take a Ham
to
Mary.
throw you off a building.
What? No, don't do that, dude. Stripes, because stars and stripes for stargazing? I don't know. What else would be star? Garden, quiet. Those are some of the ones that are still debated about. From a 6 to this, so the mighty have fallen.
That one's not on me. That one's not on me.
No. You took out limousine and then, instead of ham, Corey do a hairline review. You know, I think some of these people in chat have conveniently only ever attended stream the 50% of time I wear a hat. Because I say like 50% of stream I wear a hat, 50% of stream I come in with just hair, right? So I don't. Like, people were saying do a hairline review. I have multiple times. Normally when I'm wearing a hat, just because I didn't feel like doing my hair before I left. All right. Corey has great hair. Let's not get crazy now. All right. Let's not go crazy. Let's not go. All right. I have fine hair. Sounds like a wig. They got me. They got me.
Quick.
It's a wig. It's been a wig this entire time. I tug on it to show you, but honestly, I'm too scared. I'm too scared. Thought I had a buzz cut. Well, now here's the thing, Goofy Ball Hunter. Through my life, I have had a buzz cut many a times. So normally what we've been doing traditionally for the past 5 years is in December, we do a big 12-hour-long charity live stream event. We've done it for 5 years in a row now. And we try and raise money for Alzheimer's research because it's a cause that's really important to a lot of us here at Boardgamers. And every time we hit our milestone, the deal I make with the people that donate to us, we've raised like over 10 grand over the course of 5 years for Alzheimer's research. The goal we set with people is if we hit our milestone for that year, I will shave my head. We started off just by shaving it right down, buzz cut, and then throughout the years that got more and more boring. So we went from that to the Avatar arrow. We got the Avatar Aang carved in my hair. Then we hit it with some blue dye as well as part of the milestone, which is great. The year after that, I believe, we did the monk bowl cut. So we got the monk kind of bowl cut with the giant bald spot on the top of my head. That was a great year. The year after that, we did a giant mohawk. We dyed red and white with candy cane colors because we raised over 3 grand that year. Last year we didn't manage to hit our goal, but we raised over 10,000 lifetime last year, which is a huge milestone for us. When does that take place? Right before Christmas normally. The week, like the Saturday before Christmas is normally when we schedule it. I have a feeling this is going to be a record year for your donations. Dr. Facilier, we have discussed this behind the scenes because these events, like you guys really love a lot of the things we do, which we're super grateful for. These events, it is all hands on deck for like a month at a time when we do this. It is one of the highest production things we ever do in a year. Like, it is crazy. So we have been like kind of a little bit panicky right now of what are we going to do? This is going to be by far the highest amount of like donations we ever received. To put it in perspective, Board Ghost is telling me right now tonight, we're kind of at like one of our lowest viewer counts on average that we normally hit. So the live right now, to put in perspective view, has more viewers than the maximum amount of viewers we have ever hit for one of these charity streams by like 20 plus.
Your hint is going to be children's activity for 3.
Children's activity for 3. Drawing. Children draw. Children draw easily. You should cut your hair as Eiffel Tower this year. You know what? As it gets closer, I'm definitely going to take suggestions from chat on what they want to do.
Yo, A sent a woodland wonder. So sorry I had my head in the board thinking of a clue. Thank you.
Children's activity, 2 words. Naughty.
Compound word.
Quiet. Quiet is not a children's activity. Have you ever met a child before in your life? They are not quiet. They're not quiet. Draw. Somebody finally said draw with me. It's siesta because they nap. It's got to be draw first. So many people are saying siesta. I only see one person saying draw. I feel like I'm going crazy. It's got to be draw, right? Draw first. Okay, more people are saying now. Show me draw.
That is correct.
Thank God. All right. I will say quiet. Do I want to say siesta or quiet first? For this hint, I'm going to say siesta first. But I will, to the people who are spamming quiet, I will say quiet next because that fits for stargazing as well. But I think siesta is more in line with what kids do. So give me siesta.
So going with the one that, doesn't apply for 2 of the clues, you're gonna go with the one that just means nap. That's a red one. Stripe is a red one too.
So here's the thing, right?
Children's activity for 3. You're missing 2 of them.
Here's the thing. Children aren't quiet.
Quiet time is a activity they do.
Guys, I think I know another answer on the board. I think I know.
You think?
I think I know. You know what else is a children's activity? Nap time. Notable children activity. Notable children activity that only children do. So.
Yeah, it's not always called a siesta though.
Okay, buddy. In my heart of hearts, it is. Siesta's wrong. Stripe is wrong. Draw was right. Oh, he's writing up a storm.
I'm writing up a storm. You
Writing
know
up a storm.
what? God.
Oh, he's angry. He's angry. He's found a confliction. He has found a confliction. He cannot give this clue. Garden fits for both. Is garden a children's activity? Do children's garden? Drip. They always have something coming out of them.
Woman 0.
Woman for 0. So it's not girl.
You now have infinite guesses.
Okay. Let's bang it out. Quiet first.
Quiet? That is correct.
So, chat, I see a lot of people saying girl. So when he says a clue for 0, what he means by that is that no word on this board is going to directly correlate to whatever clue he just gave. That's one of those additional little added rules that I'm talking about. So normally Mark gives a clue. He'll say child activities for 3. He means there's 3 words on the board that relate to children activities, okay? But this time he said woman for 0, meaning 0 words on this board correlate to that word on there. So, with that being said, it's definitely not girl. It's most likely the assassin, and that's why he said that. Since he gave us 0, it means we have infinite guesses this round, so we can keep going until we get one wrong. With that being said, I think we're going to say garden next. That's the one we've been talking about a lot. Show me garden.
That is correct.
All right.
6 out of our 9 field agents discovered.
All right. Get rid of garden. I'm going to cross out girl on this board. Because
Somebody
it
was
cannot be that.
asking, is telephone blocked? Olivia TS is telephone blocked. TikTok, or is it? I don't know if it's one way or another, but.
I see a lot of telephones in chat right now.
Okay, all right.
Telephone is, speaking of that, telephone is a game kids plays. So I'm gonna go with it. I saw people saying telephone. I wanted to kind of discuss the other things before we got there, the ones that we knew for sure. But yeah, let me see telephone.
That is correct.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
There are 2 blue field agents left.
Question. I'm a woman on the telephone, Mark. Shit, they're right. We couldn't have said that. We couldn't have said that. That doesn't. Oh man.
Game over.
Sip. You didn't mention it, so many of us said it. Yeah, absolutely, I understand that. I was going to get to that next. I just wanted to take care of the ones we knew for sure was going to be right. But that's good. Sippy cup. Kids sip out of a sippy cup. Chat, I'm not sure about that one.
And they drip out of a drippy cup.
No, that's me.
Oh.
When I got that ice dog. All right.
When boys become men,
the boys
go from the sippy cup to the drippy cup. Dripped out. That's what I call my Stanley.
I'm gonna. It is a drippy cup. I'm gonna go with. I think we'll say sip. I saw enough people in chat want to say that. I think that's the last one. Whether it's right or wrong, I think after sip we pass. So Mark, show me sip.
That's a miss, which is fine. The red one is going to be post. And now that you've gotten those out of the way, good job taking it out. I can give you the clue that I had written on the board before I shouted, God damn it. Your clue is Miss Alaska for 2.
Yeah. So a reminder, chat. Reminder. The clue is Miss Alaska for 2. But as a reminder, we had woman for 0 on the previous round, meaning it cannot be girl, despite him saying Miss Alaska. So show me sash.
That is correct. Very nice. 1 field agent remaining.
So, man, penguin. Surely Mark doesn't think there's. I was about to say surely Mark doesn't think there are penguins in Alaska, but I had to stop myself because I don't know for sure that there's not. I'm 95% sure there is no penguins in Alaska. But you can never be sure. but I'm gonna go for it, man. Show me penguin.
That is correct! I'm bringing my penguins to Alaska.
I'm from Alaska. There are no penguins. All right. Listen, I thought that was the case, but I also could see there is a reality in which I am wrong.
Somebody said they're in Alaska and no penguins there. Check your P.O. box. That's all I have to say. You're about to get Mr. Popper penguined. Okay.
I love that book as a kid.
A sent a goat. Thank you so much, A.
Molly saying penguin so long ago. It came back full circle.
Yeah.
Good reminder, it's not about being right, it's thinking like Mark. That's so true!
Yes, the assassin was in fact girl. The children's activities were draw, telephone, the game, and quiet time. I could have said children's game maybe for quiet ball, but that one might be a little bit of a pull.
That's fair.
The ones for stargazing, you had it right off the bat. You said observatory. Then you went, I see so many people saying garden and quiet. let's go ham first.
In my defense,
the other red ones, Loch Ness and
Damn.
wristwatch.
okay.
Well, very nice, very nice. That was a whole lot of fun. Thank you all. We're doing a bit of a shorter stream today.
So stream, Kartik says, I thought you didn't read Corey. No, Kartik, it's because there's a Mr. Popper Penguins movie.
Yes.
It's all
yes.
tracks. Keeping that canon together.
So, thank you all so much for stopping out, playing the games with us.
One last thing, LiveDog asked, do you guys have a question section on the Discord? Yes, we have a Discord. The link is in the bio if you want to check it out. We are in there constantly talking to people whenever there is a message. We also have a FAQ and a part in the Discord where you can just ask us questions. Whatever, you can shitpost in there. We don't really care. We'll respond to them. At least I will, probably. But yeah, come check it out.
Well, this is your last chance to follow. If you don't follow, you may never see us again. The algorithm will not bring you back because I say stupid things and we get shadow bans. So this is your final opportunity to follow us. If you don't, you will never, ever see Codenames again. All right, that's all I have for you. Bye! Bye! Still live on YouTube, so